spells further Philavery, a cornucopia of lexical delights. The letter M. Macarism, a noun, a beatitude. The word is derived from Greek maca, meaning happy. Maidify, verb, to moisten or make wet. The archaic term derives from Latin medifacere, from Madeira, meaning to be wet. Maduro, a noun, a dark, strong type of cigar. The word is essentially a Spanish term meaning mature. Maelid, a noun, an apple nymph. The word is derived from Greek melon, meaning apple. Oh, there are way too many vowels in this. Maieutic, M-A-I-E-U-D-I-C. Perhaps maieutic, adjective of the Socratic method of inquiry, bringing out latent thoughts and ideas. This word comes from the Greek maieutikos, from Maya, meaning a good woman, a midwife. Socrates, whose mother was a midwife, referred to himself as a midwife to men's thoughts. Oh, I like that. Malasophilus, a noun of a plant pollinated by snails, from the Greek malakos, meaning soft, and philein, to love. Malapropism, a noun, the misapplication of words without mispronunciation, or an example of this, such as, he is the very pineapple of politeness, for pinnacle, or she is as headstrong as an allegory on the banks of the Nile, for alligator. The famous eponym of this characteristic is Mrs. Malaprop in Sheridan's play The Rival, 1775, who uses words malapropos. Malabolgo, I'm not sure how to pronounce, I might be mispronouncing that. Malbolge, M-A-L-A-B-O-L-G-E, it's capitalized. Noun in the 8th circle of Dante's Hell. 2 in figurative use, a place characterized by filth or iniquity, from the Italian malebolge, meaning bad holes or pits. Maledicent, an adjective, cursing. The word is derived from the Latin maledicere, I'm not sure, from male, meaning ill, and dicere, to speak. Malamoroking, oh gosh, a noun, the carousing of seamen in icebound ships. This rare, especially in the 21st century word, is derived from Dutch malamarok, meaning a romping woman. Mamelon, a noun, a rounded hill or protuberance in a landscape, especially this is a French word meaning nipple. You heard me right. Nipple. Mandrolic, an adjective, performed manually in a time-consuming way rather than automatically or computationally. Mani, M-A-N-I, a noun, a stone prayer wall in a Tibetan Buddhist temple, usually carved with sacred images or texts. This word is derived from Tibetan, from Sanskrit mani, meaning precious stone. Manichee, a noun, might be manichae, I'm not sure, M-A-N-I-C-H-E-E, capital M, a believer in Manichaeanism, the belief that everything springs from 2 chief principles, light and darkness, or good and evil. Manito, a noun, a spirit or sacred object among certain Native American tribes. The word is derived from an Algonquin term. Mansard, a noun, in architecture, a 4-sided roof, each side being in 2 parts, the lower part sloping more steeply than the upper. The word is derived from French mansard, after the 17th century French architect François Mansart. Marchpane, a noun, another word for marzipan, used until the 19th century. Marsupium, a noun, zoology, the pouch of a marsupial animal. Martinet, a strict disciplinarian. The original martinet was a French general in the reign of Louis XIV, who drew up a severe system of drills for new recruits. Maudlinism, a noun, the tearful stage of drunkenness. I know this well. The word is born from the adjective maudlin, which in turn derives from Middle English maudelaine, through Old French and Latin, from Greek Magdalena, a woman of Magdala, from the assumption that Mary Magdalene was the penitent woman referred to in the Bible, Luke chapter 7, verse 38. Morgue. Noun, a dialect word for a maggot. The word is derived from Old Norse, I can't even pronounce it, Mathka, maybe M-A-T-H-K-R, meaning maggot. Meacock, an adjective. Timorous, effeminate, cowardly. As a noun, a timorous, effeminate, or cowardly person, a milksop. Megrim, a noun. 1. Vertigo or dizziness. 2. In archaic and Scottish use, a whim, a caprice. 3. An obsolete form of the word migraine. 4. Especially in North America, the plural form megrims means depression or doldrums. Melomania, a noun, a craze for music. The word is derived from the Greek melos, meaning song, and mania, meaning madness. Modiferous with a V, adjective of an insect, dung-eating. The word is derived from Latin merda, meaning dung, and volvere, to devour. Meretricious, an adjective. 1. Originally of the nature of or relating to prostitution, or characteristic of a prostitute. 2. Superficially attractive, but of no real value or merit. 3. Flashy, gaudy, insincere. The original meaning of this word can be seen in its etymology, which is the Latin meretrix, meaning a prostitute. Merry thought, a noun, an obsolete term for the wishbone of a bird. Metromania, a noun, a mania for writing verse. The word is derived from Old French maître, ultimately from the Greek metron, meaning measurement, and mania, meaning madness. Milk toast, I think it's pronounced, it's a capital M-I-L-Q-U-E-T-O-A-S-T, a noun, a very timid, unassertive person. The American cartoonist H.G. Webster created a character of this name and disposition in a 1920s comic strip. Millsy, a noun, a Scots term for a milk strainer. The word is derived from milk and either sigh or sile, both of which mean a strainer. Mim, an adjective, Scottish and dialect. Demure, prim. The word probably evolved through imitation of a primly closed mouth. Mimsy, an adjective, prim, demure, or British. The word is obviously related to mim, but may have been influenced by Lewis Carroll's invented word, as in all mimsy were borough groves, in his nonsense poem, Jabberwocky. Okay. Miscellania, a noun, a hatred of new things or new ideas. Misacapnic, an adjective, hating smoke, especially that of tobacco. Both elements of this word derive the Greek, where misane means to hate and kapnos means smoke. Oh, I'm not sure, but I think this is pronounced misqueem, M-I-S-Q-U-E-M-E, a verb to offend or displease somebody. Mismaze, a noun. 1. A labyrinth. 2. Bewilderment. Mizuna, a noun. A Japanese vegetable of the cabbage family that grows in large rosettes of feathery leaves. I love it. Mizzen, a noun. In a three-masted vessel, the hindmost of the fore and aft sails. The word is derived from the French misaine, meaning foresail, foremast, use and sale. From the late Latin medienos, middle. From Latin medius, middle. The development of meaning is puzzling. I know of that word because I watch Below Deck. Mizzle, a noun, fine rain. This word is probably related to the late German Misseln, meaning mist. Mobisode, a noun, a short film or episode from a longer piece intended for watching on a mobile phone or digital media player. Interesting. Morologist, a noun, someone paid to mourn at a funeral, especially ostentatiously. Molinet, a noun, a stick used to whip drinking chocolate in the 18th century. This word derives from the French moulin, meaning little mill. Oh, I have one of those. I have a moulin that like mills my potatoes. Yeah. Momic. Side note, sorry. Momic, a noun. Momic, maybe. Momic, yes. A female comedian whose material mostly springs from the experience of motherhood. Mumsa or mamsa, noun, one in Judaism, an illegitimate child, the child of an unrecognized marriage, or two in the US slang, a detestable or untrustworthy person. Like many of the most descriptive US words, this is from Yiddish. Montgreen, noun, a phrase, often humorous or nonsensical, that results from mishearing the lyrics of a song. The term was first coined in 1954 by American writer Sylvia Wright, after she had mistaken the phrase from the traditional Scots ballad The Bonny Earl of Moray, Laid him on the green, for Lady Mondegreen. Monology, a noun, the habit of monopolizing a conversation, turning it into a monologue. Monopthong, a noun, a simple vowel sound. The word derives from Greek monothongos, from monos meaning single, alone, and thongos meaning sound, vowel. Monticule, a noun, a hill, mound, or other little elevation. The word derives from the Latin monticulus, a diminutive form of mons meaning mountain. Moonglade, noun, the track of moonlight on water. Morganatic, an adjective relating to a marriage between people of unequal rank, latterly only where one is of a reigning house, the marriage being valid, the children legitimate but unable to inherit the higher rank, and the lower-born spouse not being granted the other's title. Sounds familiar. This word, at once charmingly antique and businesslike, derives from the late Latin, morganetica, a gift from a bridegroom to his bride. Morgan, M-O-R-K-I-N, a noun, an animal that has died by accident. This word derives from the Anglo-French mortigine, ultimately from the Latin mors, meaning death. Moronolexicophobia, a noun, a fear of daft dictionaries. Who could suffer from this? That's just silly. That's a great word, moronolexicophobia. Yep. Moslings, a noun, the thin shavings taken off by the currier in dressing skins. Moodywort, a noun, a Scottish term for mould warp, that is, a mole, the animal. This is a word based on describing what the creature does. In Old English, mould means mould or earth, and werpen is to throw. Weopan, maybe. Mubble-fubbles, a noun, a state of low spirits. Muckluck, a noun, an Inuit sealskin boot. Mugwump, a noun, a Native American chief. 2, a person of great importance, or one who thinks himself or herself to be so. 3, someone who keeps politically aloof. The first and oldest sense is the original meaning of the word, derived from Algonquin mugwump, meaning great chief. Mullygrubs, noun, 1, colic, 2, sulkiness, or if you were around when I was, it was a TV show. Children's television show. Mumpsimus, a noun, one, a view or opinion stubbornly held even when shown to be misguided. 2, a person holding such a view or one adhering stubbornly to old ways. Mumpsimus relates to an old story about a priest who, for many years, had been using the wrong word in Mass. He had been saying Mumpsimus for Sumpsimus, which means we have received. On having this error pointed out to him, he refused to change it, preferring to stick with his familiar, although incorrect and meaningless, Mumpsimus. Mungo, a noun, the waste produced in a woolen mill from hard spun or felted cloth, or from tearing up old clothes used in making cheap cloth. Marine, an adjective, 1, mouse-like, 2, belonging to the mouse family or subfamily. Merklins, an adverb, in darkness. Muster, a noun, a collective name for a group of peacocks. Muchkin, a noun, an obsolete Scottish liquid measure, 3/4 of an imperial pint, or 1/4 of an old Scottish pint. Like several Scots words, this is derived from Dutch, in this case the term mudzegen. Mutton thumper, a noun, a clumsy bookbinder. Presumably the mutton is a reference to the sheepskin used in bookbinding. Myomancy, a noun, a divination by observing the way in which mice move when released from a cage. This word is derived from the Greek mys, meaning mouse, and manteia, meaning divination. Mythomania, a noun, in psychiatry, lying or exaggerating to an abnormal extent.